whoever you are, whatever you like. There's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
The Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is the perfect place for you and your family to stay healthy and fit. From our 25-meter indoor swimming pool to our well-equipped cardio room, we've got you covered. Whether you're looking to lift weights or to get moving in one of our many Group X classes, the Aquatic and Fitness Center has it all. With everything from yoga to cycling, you're sure to find a workout that's fit for you. Come by and find out for yourself why the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has something for everyone in America's greatest family resort.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Carey Stadium. West Jersey Football League action between Ocean City and DELSEA. Both teams with 2 wins, the Raiders with a loss. Though with the new NJSIAA system, that loss doesn't count in the power ratings because it was not against an NJSIAA member. Anyway, the Raiders come in with a 2-game winning streak and a tough schedule this year. The last 2 teams they played were both ranked in the preseason, Mainland and Cedar Creek, and they won those 2 games. And now it gets really serious. DELSEA, by some sources, is ranked number 1 in South Jersey, number 6 in the state. Among public schools, number 2 in the state. And then after that, it comes Winslow Township, St. Joe Hamilton, and Hamilton. So,
and then Millville.
And Millville slips in there, too. Millville's not in the conference with them, but you're right. They slip in there, too. Tom Williams along with Bud Rink. Live coverage of Ocean City High School football produced by Crossover Productions, Prime Events in association with Sports X Network. Executive producers Bill Shawcross, Matt Ulmer. Bill is also our videographer, and you can watch the action. Tell your friends at oceancitysports.com. Select the live online broadcast link on the home page, or visit sportsxnetwork.com/live. DELSEA will kick off.
I could have worn a red shirt tonight, Tom, and been impartial.
Exactly. Here comes the kick. And it's short. coming down inside the 20 and may go out of bounds. It does.
Ball goes out of bounds.
So, start the game with a penalty. This will be a clash of styles here, Bud. Ocean City throws the ball a lot, over 500 yards for Riley Gunnels. He's around 1,800 yards for his. In fact, he's close enough that with a decent game, he could go over 2,000 tonight. And DELSEA's thrown 6 passes all year, and they're running that wing T and just trying to power you down the field.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. I mean, it is going to be a contrast as they look across the line of scrimmage. And like each of the other games, I think it's safe to say that the line of scrimmage is going to be very, very important tonight, as it normally is. But DELSEA to try to get a good pass rush, and the Raiders to try to stop that running game.
4 receivers. Riley Gunnels alone swings it out. And down the left sideline, across the 40 to about the 43-yard line is Jack Hogue, the leading receiver on the team. He's caught 12 passes for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also intercepted a pass on defense. 7-yard gain at 2nd and 3.
Well, and again, the Raiders come right out and start with the pass, which is what you would expect from them.
This time, Duke Gunther is to the right of Gunnels. He gets the ball and powers his way out to the 45, close to the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. And they got the first down.
I think the running game, Tom, has improved each week. It got better against Mainland from the first game against Neshaminy. It also got better last week. It's something that obviously they're working on, and they got to do it. Steve Parker and I were joking that they set up the long pass by the short pass as opposed to the run, but they're getting better at the run.
Gunther 101 yards coming into the game as their leading rusher. 1st and 10. Motion to the right side. This time Gunnels keeps it. Rolling right. Fires to the sideline, incomplete.
He had a guy on an out pass over there, and I think it was Hogue, but the defender was closing pretty quickly. Still bring up a 2nd down here.
2nd and 10. Ball's just across the 45-yard line. Ocean City playing without Nick Layton. 6 foot, 184-pound junior's made some big plays in the first 3 games. He's on crutches on the sideline. 4 receivers to the right. Gunnels looks, runs away from pressure, fires, it's complete. It's a foot race from John Moyer, who can run, and he's going to score. A 55-yard touchdown pass, and Ocean City takes the lead.
I'll tell you, Tom, the thing that was most impressive about that from Gunnels was he was rolling to his left. He was able to stop, set his hips just enough to get that pass down there and complete. And just an outstanding play, good throw, nice catch and run by Moyer. And the Raiders strike quickly here in the first period.
Not a lot of people will catch John Moyer when he gets behind him. J.P. Forster on the kick. He's 6 for 6. The kick is up. There's a whistle on the play. And it's no good.
Hit wide left.
So Ocean City leads it 6-0 with less than 2 minutes gone here in this game. Winning teams know that the key to success is getting the job done right the first time. For over 100 years, Calvi Electric has applied that philosophy to their business to offer an unparalleled level of electrical expertise and service to every single customer. Now you can bring Calvi's expertise into your home for your electrical problems or improvements, and they can install solar panels that will save you money. Make Calvi Electric a part of your winning team. Call 609-345-0151 or visit calvielectric.com. It's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, right behind us. They're open tonight till 9, tomorrow from 2 to 9, and Sunday 1 to 6. They'll be open again next weekend. Remember to save your unused tickets. They'll be good next season. The summer continues through October 9th at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com.
Most of the kickoffs have been short that I've seen, Tom. I didn't see the game last week, but, to kick the ball down to around the 20-yard line, and that's it.
Well, this one's a little longer than that, down to about the 8 or 9 yard line. And coming up the middle is Dom Teddy, who returned to kickoff last week for more than 90 yards for a touchdown. He's stopped short of the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I think, a lot of times they want to avoid that run back on kickoff special teams. And they may, aim for the sideline later on as well, although then, then you draw the penalty if the ball does go out of bounds. But it's an old-fashioned wing tee normally.
And Jared Shoppy, number 7, scored 6 touchdowns in 2 games, is a big part of it. There he goes off the left side, and he runs into Gunther after he picks up about 4 or 5 yards. Shoppy is one of the top wrestlers in South Jersey. He's a 5'9", 205-pound senior.
Yeah, Roy Saluda was the first guy to hit him. He had him low, and Gunther came in and finished him off. But, again, these teams aren't going to go away from what they do. And this is what DELSEA does.
2nd and 5. And coming to the outside and getting nowhere. In fact, a loss on the play. Zach Maxwell is the quarterback who handed that off. He's 5 for 6 for 118 yards, so he's been efficient, but only thrown the ball 6 times. He's run for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then there's Wayne Adair, who had a big season last year with over 1,000 yards, and he's gained 100 yards. So there's 3 guys that can run the ball, and of course you got to have that if you're going to do the wing tee.
That's correct. And a lot of times, you saw the first 2 plays, they're going to put one of the wings in motion and then run up behind him.
Reyes splits to the right. Luke Maxwell's on the left wing, and he's coming in motion. Now he goes back the other way. And it's kept by Maxwell, the quarterback. He's going to get the first down. He's across the 50, down the sidelines and inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a well-conceived play. Had all the motion coming to the right side. Ricky Wetzel over there makes the stop. Maybe a touchdown-saving stop over there.
With a team like DELSEA, it's important to get the lead because it's a little harder when you don't throw the ball that much to make up ground quickly.
Correct.
But a 1 touchdown is not the lead we're talking about.
Right. Plus, they got these big guys up front, and they bring a fullback and then a wing back into that hole as well. They got a lot of blockers.
1st and 10 at the Ocean City 38. Motion. Ocean City came across. We'll see if they're going to call a penalty on DELSEA, but no. Yeah, Ocean City penalized.
You didn't see any movement there on the DELSEA side. It's interesting, Tom. I think one thing that's going to work in the Raiders' favor offensively tonight is because DELSEA runs the ball so much, they don't have much defense against the pass in practice. Because their other side, when they look across the ball, those guys aren't throwing the ball like Gunnels can throw the ball. So they don't get to practice against that as much.
Right. 1st and 5. Ball's on the 33. Maxwell hands it off and firing off the left side, trying to pull out of a tackle is Adair. And he's inside the 20 for a first down to about the 19-yard line.
There's a reason they're ranked as high as they are, especially when they run the ball so much. Because and they're going to be successful running the football, or they wouldn't be winning football games.
They had a great season last year, and they ran into Cedar Creek in the NJSIA playoffs, and Cedar Creek got ahead of them, as we were just talking about, and ended up winning by 3 touchdowns. But they just beat Winslow last week. Winslow's a highly thought-of team. Adair motion. And shooting off the left side is Luke Maxwell. Luke picks up 4 or 5 yards.
And again, you see, they get 2 or 3 blockers from the backfield into the hole ahead of the runner, aside from what the guys up front are doing. So it makes it tough because they outnumber you at the point of attack. And, the Raiders are just going to have to bring everybody up tight and gamble that they're not going to throw the ball.
2nd and 4. Maxwell hands it off inside. A few yards in there, but not enough for the first down, I don't think. That was Shoppy. 3rd and 2.
And a tackle in there by number 59, Ryan Callahan. You'll see, again, as the game goes on, obviously Raiders will have their linebackers up pretty tight to the line of scrimmage. DELSEA will play theirs off and more pass coverage.
3rd and a yard and a half. Maxwell under center, keeps it. He drives ahead, down close to the 7-yard line. Looked like he got some help from behind, which you're not supposed to do.
Not in high school.
No.
I think that's one of the big rule changes that they've allowed in the NFL that I just don't like at all.
I think in the NFL you can push, but you can't pull.
Right. I just don't, if you have the right number of guys behind you at a certain time, it's to your advantage. I don't know. 1st and goal at the 6. Maxwell in motion. And Maxwell, the quarterback, keeps it. And he stopped maybe for a loss, but certainly no gain on the play. DELSEA coached by Sal Marchese. He was there's only 4 active coaches in South Jersey with more wins. Paul Sacco at St. Joe Frappoli at Florence, Tim Gushu at Shawnee, and Pete Lancetta at St. Augustine. He's won 227, lost 81. The DELSEA record is 230 by John Oberg. Of course, has Ocean City connections too. 2nd and goal at about the 7. Maxwell, and nothing there. Well, they pushed ahead to about the 5, maybe the 4, so they did gain some yardage. That was shoppy. And they went, run that fake into the line with the quarterback as well.
It looks like that ball's on the 2, so they did gain some significant yardage. Ocean City soccer team won here today. Big win over Pittman. Moraes splits wide to the left. He's like the lonely end. He's usually out there by himself. Maxwell under center. Puts a man in motion. Pitches it to him. Beautiful pitch. Has a blocker out in front, and he's in for the touchdown. That was Wayne Adair, 6'1", 200-pound junior, but a great pitch by Maxwell. Set him up, and he had a blocker out in front. So DELSEA has tied the score, and they'll try to take the lead with the extra point.
For years and years, as you well remember, Tom, and some of our listeners who are, up in years, remember Ocean City always ran that wing tee with Mike Slavesky and then Ed Woolley and then Gary Dagenhart.
Bad snap. The ball's down, though, and the kick is up. And it is good. So DELSEA takes the lead on the extra point, 7-6. The snap was off, but nicely handled by Teddy. And kicked through for the successful extra point by Mason Carr, 5'10", 173-pound senior. So it's DELSEA on top here by a score of 7-6. Things are always happening at the Ocean City Free Public Library. You can learn to play bridge at the library or improve your cooking and computer skills. It's all free, plus books, magazines, internet access, trivia contest, Dungeons and Dragons, and much more. The Ocean City Free Public Library, 10th and Simpson. Visit them online at oceancitylibrary.org. 6th Street Pizza and Grill's open daily, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 6th Street to the Boardwalk, right at Gillian's Wonderland Pier. They have free delivery, daily specials. Phone them at 609-525-0022 and check them out on Facebook. 6th Street Pizza and Grill. Here comes the kickoff from Carr. Gets it down to about the 12-yard line. Straight up the middle. And out to about the 30, just across the 30-yard line. So Ocean City will start at about its own 31. That was Moyer.
I haven't seen too many kick returns.
Well, as they said, Teddy returned a kickoff for a touchdown for DELSEA last week. But you're talking about in the Ocean City games.
Correct. I don't think we saw any really in the mainland game.
No. No running room here.
Gunther on the play.
Gunther stopped by Ashton Blows, a 6'3", 248-pound senior defensive tackle, for a loss of about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, I think Ocean City is going to get some one-on-one coverage defensively, which is going to be much to their advantage if it stays that way. I'm surprised that I thought DELSEA would be more of a 2-deep zone.
2nd and 15, 4 receivers, 3 out to the left. Gunnels pump fakes, and he's going to run, or try to. He's wrapped up and thrown to the ground by Blows, who made the stop on the previous play. So he does gain a few yards out to maybe the 28-yard line, but it'll be 3rd down and about 13 yards to go for Ocean City.
That defensive tackle, Blows, is 6'3", 248 pounds. Not a small young man for a 12th grader.
Receivers left, a slot to the left. Receiver, actually a double slot formation. Gunnels back to throw. Seems to have time. He's throwing there, and Hogue has it at the 45-yard line. Hogue got wide open. Stopped out there by Zach Maxwell. And Ocean City has a 1st down inside the 40.
Well, as soon as the snap came, they dropped 7 guys back into coverage immediately. And the fact that Hogue was that wide open, I mean, Gunnels able to hit him on the run, that's not a surprise to me. But the fact that they allowed Jack Hogue to be that wide open, 20 yards down the field or so, with that much deep coverage, just shocks me.
Ball's actually just inside the 45-yard line. Hogue came in with 200 yards receiving in the first 3 games. And Gunther gets the ball, drives off the right side, through a tackle, and gets down to about the 40.
Again, we were joking about setting up the long pass with the short pass, but Ocean City actually does it in reverse. That allows their running game to be better in many cases because the other team has to respect that long pass so often.
Yeah. 2nd and about 4, maybe 5. Raiders check the sidelines. The slot to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. And in motion goes Hogue. He's going to get the swing pass. Can he avoid that first tackle? He does. And that's the key to the play. He gets inside the 35 and close to the 1st down.
Yeah, he had a lot of movement there while he was standing in place and trying to figure out which way maybe he was going to go. Picked the right way.
Yep.
Coming down to a minute left here in the first quarter of what's been a pretty interesting offensive start for both teams.
They give him the 1st down. Ocean City's 4th. DELSEA has 3. Went out of bounds, so stop the clock. Rick Wetzel checks in. There'll be 3 receivers out to the right. Gunther's to the left of Gunnels. Gunnels shovel pass to Gunther. Picks up 2.
Boy, nice defensive play there, Tom, by Jared Shoppy. He actually was putting pressure on Gunnels and read the play really well as Gunnels got rid of that little shuffle pass inside. He turned around and went back and made the stop. Really good awareness.
Very little gain. 2nd and almost 10. Clock down to 3 seconds, so that'll be the end of the first quarter here at Carey Stadium with DELSEA leading Ocean City 7-6. The RJH Insurance Group has specialized in home and flood insurance since 2006 and proudly supports Raider sports. Call Rich Hogue for a quote, 609-630-4569. The RJH Insurance Group. Dino's Seaville Diner has been serving Cape May County and the Jersey Shore with great homemade meals since 1977. Family owned and operated. They're open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dino's specializes in seafood straight from the docks of Cape May and has the area's largest kids menu. Breakfast is served all day at Dino's. Check them out at dinosdiner.com, where you can browse their menu and specials and order online. You can also phone Dino's at 609-624-3100 for takeout. And don't forget, you can bring your own bottle to Dino's. Dino's Seaville Diner, Route 50, just off Route 9, only minutes away from everywhere. We mentioned Sal Marchese and where he stands among coaches, but Ocean City's Kevin Smith has moved up to number 14 in that among active South Jersey coaches in total wins with 62. He moves past Fenton Carey, as a matter of fact, and is now number 2 at Ocean City. Looks like 5 receivers here on this alignment. Oh, they're going to huddle up again because DELSEA called timeout when they saw it. So timeout called by the Crusaders, and they hold a 7-6 lead. Ocean City won a game against Mainland on the extra point, and right now trail on the extra point. Down there on the sidelines is Mike Eisenstein. He's walking in front of the bench right there. Long-time assistant coach at Atlantic City. The facility at Atlantic City named after his father, who was the superintendent of schools when they built the new school. He's brought his son Phil to the Ocean City staff this year. Phil was a very important part of Cedar Creek's success last year. But as you can see, he's using a walker because he's going to have hip surgery, and he's so dedicated. He's right down there on the sidelines.
I'll tell you, Tom, anybody who's had knee replacement is familiar with one of those walkers with the tennis balls on the back. Mm-hmm. Trust me.
Gunnels back to throw. Quick rush. He gets it to Hogue in the flat. He's got some room. Hogue couldn't get through the last pair of tacklers, but he gets it inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line.
Boy, I don't think I've seen that play this year. That was really well designed. Hogue ended up running a post pattern or a slant, whatever you want to call it, from that other side, but a real short, skinny one. Looked like he was going to go deeper, and then he cuts right across beyond the line of scrimmage.
Ball's on the 18, 1st and 10. Gunnels avoids the rush, but you can't avoid them all. Too many guys there. Shoppy was there, Teddy was there. And they sack him.
Yeah, they brought everybody but the kitchen sink that time. A couple linebackers coming off the edges. A lot of push up in the middle. Just a full all-out sellout by the defense.
Second about 14 on the 21-yard line for Ocean City. They trail 7-6 with 11 minutes left here in the second quarter.
They got them all up in tight again, Tom. One-on-one coverage on all the receivers.
5 of them out there now. Pat Lonergan's on the wide to the right. Now they shift, and there's 4 receivers. Gunther to the right. Over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Moyer couldn't hold it.
Well, you won't say that very often this season.
And he was flying.
Yep.
He had one guy to get through.
Good call. I mean, again, anticipating the rush that they got, and they're going to get it again, I would guess, on 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 13. But a nice quick pass just doesn't connect.
Ocean City checks the sidelines. And they sometimes make changes when they see how the defense aligns. Gunther's to the left of Gunnels.
Here they come.
Gunnels has to run away, and he's not going to get away. He's sacked back at the 31, 32-yard line. So it'll be 4th down. No thought of a field goal now, with a loss of about 10 or 11 yards on that play. Back at the 31, and they've got to get to, what, the 7 or 8 maybe. So about 23 yards to go.
Almost want to try to punt this one out of bounds down near the goal line.
Doesn't look like they're going to punt.
Nope. I mean, you got a long way to go. What, 21? Is that what you said, 4th and 21?
About that, yep.
They got to. It's tough to pick that blitz up. They just don't have enough guys up there to do it because everybody's out in the pattern.
Gunnels back to throw. Goes long down the center, and there's a collision. but no problem.
Pass is incomplete.
Lonergan, the intended receiver, was a guy in front of him and who may have slowed down a bit, but that's perfectly legal. He was going for the ball too.
Right.
So it's incomplete, and DELSEA takes over on its own 31-yard line, leading 7-6.
And again, this will be a cat and mouse game going forward here. You saw what happened on the first series versus what happened when Ocean City got down, by the red zone there, and they just brought pressure on 3 straight plays, and I think that'll continue. Well, from DELSEA.
Receiver wide to the right, double wing. Wing back in motion. And right up the middle. There's all kinds of action going on here. We're trying to figure out what. The ball's out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. But there was all kinds of activity as they unpiled.
Well, I see they didn't. I didn't think they blew the whistle. They were allowing the play to continue, and that was a little bit of pushing and shoving down there, trying to gain some extra yards.
2nd and 3. And hitting the center of the line, driving is Luke Maxwell. And he's pushed back. But he did get yardage. It'll be 3rd and about 1.
Let's see. I think the line bet on a running play here is probably minus 550.
You see number 77 in the DELSEA huddle. He's a big reason they can move the ball. Jake Phelan, the 6'3", 288-pound junior.
Actually, they gave him the first down.
Oh.
So it wouldn't be a 550, but it'd be still up there.
Wow. All right. 1st and 10 at the 41. Adair hitting the backfield. Maxwell hitting the backfield and driven back. Gained maybe a yard.
First guy there is important, but boy, the rest of your teammates got to show up in a hurry. It's a good defensive play.
2nd and 10.
Couldn't tell.
Maxwell went to the sidelines to get the play.
Couldn't tell, Tom, if that was Dirks or if it was Callahan, 59 or 69.
2nd and 10. Maxwell keeps it, and he's got room down the right sideline and knocked out of bounds inside the 25-yard line, and a 1st down for DELSEA.
Wow. Talk about a touchdown-saving tackle. Might have been Duke Gunther down there. Save that.
Good speed from the quarterback down the sideline. He gets it down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that was a big play because, Ocean City had stuffed the first run. I'd like to be a wide receiver on this team.
Yeah, like I say, he's like the lonesome end. Straight ahead, Maxwell. The other Maxwell, Luke Maxwell. So as you can see, as you're watching this game, there's 3 or 4 running threats on this team and a lot of good size inside. And that's what makes them one of the top-ranked teams in the state. 2nd and 4.
And one of them is number 77. You see him out there, left tackle, 6'3", 288-pound junior.
Second, about 4. Whistle. Timeout. DELSEA uses its 2nd timeout. They lead here 7-6, and they're threatening. If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone them at 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality.
Coach Eisenstein actually taking that walker out on the field to being part of that huddle there.
Yeah. That's dedication. And he's had decades of it to the sport of football.
Yeah,
as has the family.
He's got to. When he's on the sideline, though, he really ought to be behind the players.
Yeah, be careful. Somebody should be watching him. Somebody should be guarding him, shall we say?
Yeah.
Assigned to him. 2nd and 4. And straight ahead. Maybe enough for the first down. It's close.
I think from a coaching standpoint,
he got it.
You get your team on the sideline on defense, and you just implore them to be tougher. Try to stop the run. I mean, it's all about beating the guy in front of you.
There's no play action on this team.
Nope.
It's some good work, though, by Zach Maxwell at quarterback. I mean, he's very effective with the fake handoff and so forth. And there goes poor Rayo, split to the left again. Motion from the right side. Trying to sweep that left side. Knocked down at the 5-yard line and falling in to about the 3 is Wayne Adair. As we said, had over 1,100 yards last year and has more than 100 coming into this game.
Hogue makes that stop to prevent the touchdown, at least momentarily.
And Adair 6'1", 200. And Hogue is 5'8", 163, though he claims he's only 5'4".
Most kids want to be bigger.
Yeah. He wants to be honest, I guess. Maybe he was kidding. 1st and goal at the 4. Shoppy off the right side into the end zone standing. And DELSEA scores again, takes a 13-6 lead.
Yeah, they're a machine from what we've seen here in the first half, Tom, as far as running a football.
3-yard run by Adair, 4-yard run by Shoppy. Extra point coming from Mason Carr. Low snap, they get it down. The kick is up and good. So Carr is 2 for 2. And DELSEA leads it 14-6 with 5:19 remaining in the first half. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open weekdays until 7, Saturdays until 6, and Sundays until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road, Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. Johnson's Popcorn is known all over the Delaware Valley, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. They're open all year at 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 or go online at johnsonspopcorn.com to place your order. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. Carr to kick off for DELSEA with a 8-point lead here. And he pooches it. It's caught at the 41. And Ocean City will put it into play there.
You know, this DELSEA offense reminds me of back in the day in the late 60s through the 70s, maybe early 80s. Ocean City would just pound at you, just like DELSEA's doing. They had big guys up front. They one of the first schools in this area to really work hard in the weight room. And I remember, like, when Mike Sylvester was coaching, the kids used to say to me in class, we would walk up to the line of scrimmage and say, we're going to run power right, we're going to run power left, and tell the defense and dare them to stop us. That's almost like what DELSEA does here.
Double slot. Gunnels hands it off. Gunther trying to get outside. He avoids one, cuts inside another, stays alive, and comes darn close to a first down.
What a great run. Great run. totally individual effort, and I think he does have the first down.
Looks like it. Yep, Ocean City's 6th first down.
You won't see, I won't say you won't see a better run than that, but that was about as shifty and as, should have been tackled 4 different times.
Well, football is a big part of Duke's family. His father, Paul, longtime NFL assistant, was the head coach at Ursinus when they won 10 games and 8 games in back-to-back seasons. So not something the Bears do that often. And a whistle. Moyer was in motion, looked like he was going to get the ball, but Frank Burbridge, a referee, says illegal procedure, illegal motion, illegal shift by Ocean City.
I tell you what, Tom, I'd be hard-pressed to think that Ursinus won 10 games in the 4 years I was there.
Yeah, the 10 wins is one of the best seasons they've had. I didn't go back too far when looking at the records, but
they were, they just weren't good in football, but they had either the number 1 or number 2 division, and they're a Division III school, but they played girls field hockey in Division I. And either Westchester or Ursinus was number 1 every year I was there.
Wow. Gunnels fakes to Gunther, swings it out left side to Moyer, and he kind of slips as he cuts at the 45, gets it to the 46 or 47-yard line. Last year, Paul Gunther was with the Vikings staff, but they hired a new coach and a whole new staff this year.
Well, it's worked for him after 1 game.
Yeah. And it's worked for Ocean City because his dad graduated from Malvern or someplace, so he's from the area. And they're down here in Ocean City High School now. Gunnels' pass is complete, but well defensed. They're actually going to lose yardage on the play as they got it to Gunther, but he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down at about the 44-yard line.
Luke Maxwell ends up making that good tackle there, and Shoppy's a big part of this this defense as well, Tom. He's sometimes up on that line of scrimmage. Inside linebacker, fullback, 205-pounder.
Here he comes. Gunnels steps away, fires, incomplete for Moyer. Gunnels could have gotten some yardage by keeping it, but probably not enough to get the first down. Saw a potential receiver, but missed him, and the Raiders will punt.
Yeah, I think he could have gained about 8, maybe even 10 yards, but he still would have been 6, 7, 8 yards short. There were a couple defenders that were laying in wait to see what he was going to do.
Moyer, standing inside his 30 to punt, has done well.
If anybody needs to get a cup of coffee, now's the time before the Raiders snap the ball here,
because they're going to freeze in position for a little while here. Good snap, eye high. Decent rush and a really nice kick. Floats down inside the 20 and looking to get to the left sideline and getting there. Driven out of bounds is Adair. Stopped in there by Roy Saluda. So DELSEA will take over on its own 41, it looks like. Or are they going to put it on the 40? Let's say. They haven't put the ball down yet.
I think you're right. First time.
Yep, 41.
Well, coming up on 2.5 minutes here, it's Raiders only trail by a touchdown.
DELSEA gets the ball to start the second half. So Ocean City would like to make a stop here and get another shot. Of course, DELSEA would like to keep that clock running and end the half with another touchdown. They lead it here 14-6. Reyes splits wide to the right. Motion. It's a reverse. And driving out to the 45, 46-yard line is Wayne Adair. He's stopped there by James
Pickenich.
James Pickenich got up rubbing his shoulder, but he seems to be all right. He's a 5'9" senior. Has made some big defensive plays. 2nd and 5. Rolling right, looking downfield and completing a pass for a first down. Down inside the 45, maybe to the 40-yard line. The pass is caught in there by Luke Maxwell. So Maxwell to the 40, to the Ocean City 40, the 8th first down for DELSEA.
I tell you, that when they do throw the ball,
he's 6 for 7 on the year.
I mean, his percentage is great because you just loading everybody up in the box trying to stop that run, and then suddenly here we are with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in the half. They throw their first pass.
Teddy splits wide to the left. He's a big play type of guy. They hand the ball off up the right side and breaking into the open. One guy can catch him with an angle, but he's not going to. Luke Maxwell into the end zone, and DELSEA takes a 20-6 lead.
Yeah, when you said Ocean City would like to get another shot at things here before the half, they're going to get another shot, but not the way they wanted to, giving up 6 more points and possibly 7 here. Just there, as you mentioned, Tom, a lot of great deception also by Maxwell in the backfield, and they're just a great running team. They got big guys up front. They open holes. Tough to stop.
20-6. Carr to kick the extra point. It's good. I was called that pretty early, but it looked right off his foot good, but it was almost blocked at the same time.
A bad snap. The ball was on the ground for a long time, and the holder did a great job of getting that ball set up because the kicker was already in motion to kick it. Yep, they're working on all cylinders right now across the way in white and red.
And we know DELSEA, we said they're ranked number 1 by some sources. They're number 6 in the state on NJ.com. We know it's a big game because Guy Gargan is here. And his story will appear in the Press of Atlantic City tomorrow and online at pressofac.com, I guess it is. It's close enough. You can read it tonight because sometimes it doesn't make the next day's paper. Depends on how long they take to play these games.
Well, so far this will be the fastest game of the year for one we don't get to a running clock.
Yeah. 21-6, 15-point lead for DELSEA. Ocean City's moved the ball. Gunnels is probably over 100 yards. And Carr this time kicks it deep. It's coming to Moyer. He's got it at the 9. Trying to come across the field, sees room up the middle, and is tripped up at about the 27 or 28-yard line.
Yeah, they get good return. And you know now, you would think at least that DELSEA's going to have 3 or 4 guys, at least 2 deep safeties, along with their man coverage. They got single coverage out on the far side of the field. And you see the 2 deep safeties. They're 1 and 5 standing on the 40-yard line.
Gunnels has a double slot formation. A back to his left. Back to throw. Fires over the middle. Off the hands of Hogue, who had to turn and spin to get those hands on it, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, it might have been just a touch off his back shoulder a little bit, but that time they did not bring the pass rush, extra guys in the pass rush. Again, they're dropping most of them back in coverage. You see the 2 linebackers are 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, and the 2 safeties are 10 yards back, and then they got man coverage on the outside receivers.
Cariana split wide to the left. There's a back on either side of Gunnels, and they put Hogue in motion. Gunnels is throwing long down the middle for Lonergan. It's too long. He's double covered and incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't want to give the ball back here. What, 1 minute and 24 seconds to go. And they're at, a couple incomplete passes there. Stop the clock.
Minute 24. Receivers, double slot. Gunnels back to throw, and he's hit and brought down. A lot of whistles blowing. That's Ashton Blos again, 6'3", 248-pound senior, makes the sack. And DELSEA is called timeout with 1:14 left, I believe.
Yeah.
Here comes the signal officially. Yep, it's their third and final timeout, but they're going to get the ball back with more than a minute to go. Ocean City faced here with fourth and about 15 or 16 yards to go. We mentioned Frank Burbridge is the referee, Ted Cunningham's the umpire, Leon Daniels the linesman, Bill Carlton the line judge, the field judge is Jared Barnes, side judge is Anthony Perfetti, and the timer up here in the press box is Bruce DiNardo. Those are the guys making the decisions in today's game. Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at Shoppy.com. Remember, you're not presenting the best trophy if it's not a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684. Shoppy since 1921, starting a new century. Ocean City idle next week, and they'll come back 2 weeks from tomorrow at Winslow on a Saturday game. Saturday night game is my understanding. Winslow's a good team. They just lost to DELSEA last week. Okay. Moyer ready to punt. Good snap. No rush at all. High end over end. Taken at the 41. And he took about 3 hits before he went down. Really tough to knock Wayne Adair off his feet.
That was Lonergan got the last shot in. And again, the first 2 shots, he just kind of stood him up a little bit. Lonergan came in and, it was just like wow, I'm getting a free shot on him. He's not ready for me. Great kick. Good coverage.
And 1:04 to work with for DELSEA.
You might see the Raiders play off a little bit here to prevent that. If they break through the line of scrimmage when everybody's up in the box. If you break through the line of scrimmage that first 3-4 yards, you're off to the races like we saw in the last play. But you may see them play back a little bit off the line of scrimmage to prevent that, and kind of a bend but don't break defense here in the remaining minute.
Motion, reverse. No, he kept it. They handed it off to Luke Maxwell. Previously, when they did that, he handed it off to Wayne Adair coming the other way. This time, he faked it and kept it. Kind of have fooled us for a moment, but not the defense, and they lost 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, didn't fool Ricky Wetzel.
He did what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
He held his ground. 2nd and 16, clock running, down to 35 seconds.
What are the chances they air one out?
Well, they're splitting Dom Teddy, 5'8" junior. He's a big play type of guy. And they run right up the middle. Get all those yards back that they lost and a few more.
Yep, and they can't stop the clock.
Shoppy takes it out to the 44-yard line. And it's down to 10 seconds. They may not get to the line of scrimmage in time. In fact, they kind of look like they're going to let it run out.
Yep.
So DELSEA builds a 21-6 lead here in the first half against Ocean City, and will receive the opening the kickoff to start the second half here at Carey Stadium. We'll be back with that second half, but right now these messages.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
The Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is the perfect place for you and your family to stay healthy and fit. From our 25-meter indoor swimming pool to our well-equipped cardio room, we've got you covered. Whether you're looking to lift weights or to get moving in one of our many Group X classes, the Aquatic and Fitness Center has it all. With everything from yoga to cycling, you're sure to find a workout that's fit for you. Come by and find out for yourself why the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has something for everyone in America's greatest family resort.
Ready to start the second half here at Carey Stadium with DELSEA on top by a score of 21-6. They'll get the football to start the second half. Mainland leads Atlantic City 35-6 in the second quarter. Wildwood has a 6-0 lead over Bishop Eustace at halftime. St. Augustine and Millville are tied 7-7. And in a battle of undefeated teams, Timber Creek leads Rancocas Valley 14-7. So those are some of the games that are underway. A lot of them are just kicking off, the 7 o'clock games. As over the last decade or so, there's been assorted starting times in football.
Interestingly enough, Tom, that first half was played in about 50 minutes, maybe just a little less. And again, you know, Ocean City's throwing the ball a lot, so it stops the clock a lot. DELSEA, one pass all game and completed.
Right.
So
last week, James Franklin, the Penn State coach, landed his helicopter at DELSEA up in Franklinville. It wasn't named after his family, by the way. And he was there because they were playing Winslow, and he's recruiting a player from Winslow. And had a big game, caught 12 passes. And also, the two Winslow main coaches are both Penn State graduates who played football at Penn State. But some of the DELSEA players used that as a motivator, that the Penn State coach was coming to their field to look at the other team. And it ended up, I don't know whether that had anything to do with their win, but they ended up winning the game.
yeah, I'm always root for Penn State, although now I have a son-in-law who graduated from Ohio State, so I got to be a little bit careful. But I don't know. I've never been impressed with James Franklin. I was surprised that
You got a helicopter.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have helicopters. Ruley Carpenter had a helicopter. One time, I remember back in the 70s, we were going to University of Delaware to play a baseball game, and it was raining the whole way down. And when we got there, it was raining. And about 10 minutes later, here comes a helicopter. It said Philadelphia Phillies on the side, and it was just hovering all over the infield trying to blow the field dry so we could get the game in.
Yeah.
And we did.
Looks like Ryder Hayes going to kick off from the 40-yard line. DELSEA still limbering up on the sideline.
They still got 40-some seconds to go here. The Raiders are just kind of out there.
Ready to go.
Yeah, they were ready early, and they went out. I think they went out there with a couple minutes left here. DELSEA had just come back on the field.
The battle at the beach, of course, was played here. 11 football games over the last weekend in August, and very successfully again. They have already signed up IMG Academy from Florida to play next year. Now the search goes on to find somebody that will play them.
How about the New York Giants?
Yeah, they're always in the top 10, usually in the top 5. Basketball, too.
Get a team from Texas would come in here, I'll bet.
21-6, 3 rushing touchdowns for DELSEA and a pass from Gunnels to Moyer for 55 yards that started the scoring for the game for Ocean City. Here's the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick, comes down at the 18-yard line. Hesitates, finds some room up the middle, and brings it across the 40. Still down the left sidelines, has 2 blockers. They're not going to catch him. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. A good, big return. But the big part of the play was made at the beginning, but there's a lot of whistles blowing.
Yeah, this one might be coming back based on the whistles.
I don't see any flags, do you?
I don't know. The referee is standing at the 40-yard line there, and he's signaling stoppage.
Illegal block in the back against DELSEA, so that obviously helped. But a great run by Wayne Adair.
Yeah, and he got a real good block there right at the end. That's one of the reasons they like to pooch punt and get it over near the sideline, try to hem the return man in. But a block in the back must have occurred right there at Ocean City's 40-yard line, because they're marked it off back to the 50, and the ball's going to sit right on midfield, as you see right there in the middle of your screen.
But the best part of the run, though, was what he did at the very beginning, how he sidestepped the tackle, spun out of a tackle, just really did well. But once he got into the open field, there was an illegal block. So they start at the 50, leading 21-6, the Crusaders from DELSEA. They split Teddy wide to the right. Double wing, single setback. And they hit off the right side for about 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards. That's Shoppy. They're going to move it back for a 6-yard gain. It's on the 44-yard line.
You know, Tom, they do have some really, I mean, we've talked about these big linemen and the guys up there blocking and stuff, but boy, they got some talented running backs as well.
Oh, yeah. And they lost their big back from last year. He had about 1,600 yards. He graduated. Off the right side, Shoppy. And he's got the first down. Ball may have come loose. Everybody's pointing but the officials.
The officials are saying the ball was down.
Okay, so DELSEA retains possession at the 38-yard line. Their 10th first down of the game. Ocean City has 6. Ocean City, as we said, idle next week. Then they go to Winslow 2 weeks from tomorrow. And DELSEA goes to Kingsway next Friday. Another good team. Motion. They hand it off to Luke Maxwell. And he doesn't get much, 2 or 3.
You know, most of the time you see that motion man kind of stop or hesitate at the last minute. I mean, that's probably a defensive key that's where the hole's going to be. Yeah. And yet they've done that a couple times and misdirected the play. But that's where the defense is focusing.
2nd and 10. Maxwell keeps it, pitches it, well defensed by Wetzel. Has pitched it back to Adair, and before he could get anything going, Ricky Wetzel introduced himself.
Yep, he's had a really good game defensively. We've called his number quite a few times.
Dino Christensen was there too. But it'll be 3rd and 9.
This would be a big play.
They're on the 37-yard line.
Wouldn't be surprised if they're in 2-down territory, 4-down territory. Especially if they run the ball here and see how much they gain, if any. And there's that double wing. One will be in motion probably.
Yep, there he goes. And they got the first down. He's going down the right sideline. He's going all the way. So keep by Zach Maxwell after he made one of those great fakes. And he takes it all the way in for a 37-yard touchdown. And it's 27-6.
Well, Tom, another key to this wing T offense is you really have to have good execution ball handling wise, and Maxwell just has been superb at that in the backfield.
He's a junior. Here's the kick. And it's good. So Carr is 4 for 4, and DELSEA has a 28-6 lead. And Ocean City will receive the kickoff. Here coming up, 4 different people have scored for DELSEA, including the Maxwells, who, by the way, are cousins. I don't think we mentioned that before, but one of them is a junior and the other is a senior. If you or somebody you know hopes to continue playing sports in college, Bill Shallcross at Crossover Productions can help. Bill can assist you in putting your best foot forward with a professionally produced highlight video at an affordable price. All sports are welcome, no job too big or too small. Bill Shallcross has more than 25 years of experience recording sports events and creating edited videos. Call Bill at 609-513-8950 to talk about putting together a video presentation that will get colleges interested. And by the way, it doesn't have to be for colleges. You could do it as a Christmas present for somebody, get the highlights of their season. Crossover Productions, producing quality video since 1991. 28-6 DELSEA. Here's the kick. It's a line drive. It bounces, picked up at the 10 by Moyer. He's at the 20 and drives over a tackler at the 30 to about the 32 or 33-yard line.
Well, the Raiders have their work cut out for them, Tom. That's an understatement here, down 3 scores with 8:50 left here in the third quarter. DELSEA just, eats that clock by the virtue of that that running game that they have.
Gunnels is going to have Duke Gunther right next to him. He's got 3 receivers out to the left. Quick fake. Passes off the hands. Incomplete.
Yeah, really zipped that one pretty hard, right through the hands.
Hogue couldn't pull it in. Here comes Carianis and Moyer back into the game. So they're going to have, see if they'll have more receivers. At least 4 double slot here.
This 22-point lead, they may not blitz as much as they did in the first half. We'll see.
2nd and 10. Gunnels steps into the pocket, fires sideline. It's caught. You stay in bounds. He did. Lonergan makes the catch at the 41, about a yard or 2 short of the first down.
Good awareness. And Lonergan came back to help Gunnels out when he had to get out of the pocket there to avoid some rush. Pretty much now it's a 4-man rush. And now they'll, they're still short of the first down.
3rd and a yard. Slot to the left. And Gunnels has kept the ball and fell down. I'm not sure whether they were wrestling with the ball or what, but he kind of pulled it away and lost his balance for a loss of a yard. No, a loss of 5 yards. So it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, I think a little bit of indecision there whether he wanted to leave the ball in or pull it back out. And he decided to pull it back out, and I think the ball carrier had thought, it's in my stomach long enough, it's mine. So
tug of war loses about 4 or 5 yards, and Moyer's on to punt. Single man back. So they're charging after it here. But he gets it away. High kick. Hits at the 32, 33-yard line. Goes out of bounds right away. So DELSEA, they put it on the 30.
And they have certainly adjusted from the first series that Ocean City took the opening kickoff and went down and put 6 on the board in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that has been just a big pass rush. And now, as they trail in the game, they definitely can figure on pass rush because Ocean City has to throw the ball now if they have any hope of getting back into this game.
1st and 10 on the 30. He's trying to sweep the outside and picking up good yardage. Still on his feet is Wayne Adair. Looks like he's got the first down. They're going to spot it at around the 41-yard line.
One thing you notice about DELSEA, they're blocking almost through the end of the play. I mean, obviously you're supposed to do that, but there was a real good block thrown there behind the runner about 5 or 6 yards to make sure the Ocean City defender wasn't going to come up from behind and make that play.
Timeout called. Didn't see who, but I imagine Ocean City.
I would agree.
DELSEA leads it 28-6. The Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. They're open 7 days a week, 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of EHT and Ocean City. 1st and 10. The ball's on the 42-yard line. DELSEA in their own territory, leading by 22 here over Ocean City. And cutting it up the middle for big yardage, out close to the 50. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2 or 3 yards to go.
I think that was Duke Maxwell. Yeah, there's nothing very methodical. Pound it, especially when you got a lead.
2nd and about 3. Maxwell under center. Hands it off right side. 1st down, driving down to about the Ocean City 47-yard line. Shoppy on the carry.
Just so impressed with how Maxwell handles the ball back there, Tom. Again, this is an offense, that wing D offense, you really have to be, the timing has to be perfect. And it's been pretty darn perfect for them so far.
Decent crowd here from DELSEA, as you can see. The Chamonix wins the award, though. They filled every seat over there.
Yep.
It's had about 8 buses. Mainland, of course, was a good crowd, too, as it always is.
They don't have to drive as far.
All right. Maxwell hands it off the left side. Powering through the first hit is Shoppy, and he's finally driven back, but his progress will carry him for about 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, Pickenich at the bottom of the pile there. He's the first hit. When your defensive backs are making the stop, the offensive running backs are gaining too much yardage. It's really not much you can do from a coaching standpoint at this point. I mean, it's really just pound the football.
Backs are split. Handoff to Luke Maxwell, and he breaks into the open down the sidelines, and he's going to score. He's going to score.
Looked like he was going to be stopped about a 5-yard gain and just broke right out of the pile and raced to the outside, and nobody was catching him. And this one's getting to be
42-yard run.
Out of control here with 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Carr to try. Ball's down. It's up. And good. He's perfect.
Does DELSEA play Millville, Tom?
I don't think so, but I'll let you know in a minute.
It's interesting because, that's what happens when you're successful for a couple years. Raiders have been very successful, and suddenly their schedule is really, really difficult. As we mentioned, this is the first of several teams that are going to be, I think DELSEA beat Winslow Township by just a couple scores. And the Raiders are going to have Winslow Township in 2 weeks. And then, as you said, they're going to have St. Joe. They're going to have Hamilton High School, and they're going to have Millville.
Right. It's a challenge, there's no doubt about it. Most of you know Bud Rink, either as an award-winning broadcaster, teacher, coach, or as one of the area's most dedicated golfers. He's even been mentioned in a couple of books. But if you're looking for a place at the shore or have a place you'd like to sell or rent, you should get to know the Bud Rink at Fox Real Estate. Bud will get you the best deal and guide you through the process. So whether you're buying or selling real estate, call Bud Rink directly, 609-442-1291. Or email him at budr@foxocnj.com. Carr to kick off. And it's a pooch, almost like an onside kick. Ocean City catches it at the 40, and that's where they'll put it into play.
Interesting. I guess they're just doing that to practice. They've been kicking the ball deep, except the last couple times.
Jared Shoppy was 25-0 last year wrestling, ranked number 1 in the state at 190 pounds. He's number 6 in DELSEA history in wins.
They got some studs in DELSEA.
Number 15 in District 31 history.
He's going to have to lose 15 pounds this year if he's going to wrestle at 190.
Gunnels avoids the rush, makes a strong throw, almost intercepted. It was on target for Hogue, but well covered back there by Wayne Adair, who almost picked it off.
I think he thought about running, Tom, and felt like he had a little bit of an opening there, maybe gained 5, 6, 8 yards, who knows, but that opening closed pretty darn quickly with a couple of white jerseys got over there.
2nd and 10.
It's really difficult for him to stay in the pocket long enough for the receivers to get out there in their patterns with this rush.
There he rolls right and completes the pass to Moyer, but Moyer's immediately taken down. That was Luke Maxwell on the tackle.
Yeah, a lot of two-way players. We keep saying the same names over and over, both on offense and defensive, making big plays.
Next week, DELSEA goes to Kingsway. The week after that, they're at home with Burlington Township. Then they have Cedar Creek at home. They go to Hamilton, and they play St. Joe's at Rowan. So no Millville. Here's a pass down the center, and it's caught at the 35-yard line. And fighting for extra room inside the 15, down close to the 10, is Ricky Wetzel.
Wow.
That brings the crowd to life.
Yeah, and that ball was up there, and Wetzel just went up and got it. I mean, the ball was thrown on the money, but there was a defender there as well. And Wetzel really made a nice play.
He used every bit of his 5'11" to go up and catch that ball, and they're spotting it on the 10-yard line. Now inside the 10, so there's no first down. 1st and goal. Gunnels fires for Moyer. Incomplete.
Almost a real nice one-handed catch there by Moyer on a little post pattern.
2nd and goal. Raiders trying to get on the board. Earlier in the first series of the game, Gunnels got his 4th touchdown pass of the season. 55-yarder to John Moyer. And since then, it's been 35 points by DELSEA.
It's taken a long time to get this play in.
A double slot formation.
The countdown has begun.
Gunther to the left of Gunnels. Gets the snap. Goes up the middle. Tries a shuttle pass. It might have been ruled a fumble.
I think it was a forward pass. He did try to shuffle it forward, I thought.
Yeah. But apparently it isn't. It's a fumble. Because Gunnels is coming off the field and Ocean City sending out his defense. So it may have been knocked out of his hands as he was shuttling it. So he didn't have control. But at any rate, they take over due to the Crusaders at their own 15-yard line.
They score another touchdown. We are going to be in the running clock.
Indeed. Receiver split. Maxwell. Maxwell hands off to Adair, and he's trying to spin free, and he does. He gets the first down out to the 24-yard line.
Wow. I mean, he made talk about something out of nothing. I mean, again, looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He slid over to the right a little bit, found a hole, and but for a little shoestring grab there, he might have gone for 6.
DELSEA player down on the field. Officials stop play. It's 35-6. DELSEA with over 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. If you're planning a party and want to make it special, get It's a Rodeo custom on-site catering involved. Rodeo Catering has provided a wide variety of food and drink to gatherings all over New Jersey, from birthday parties to wedding receptions to spectacular tailgating at major sports events. When you plan your next event, make your first call to John Rodeo, 609-839-6209. You set the date, they bring the party. It's a Rodeo custom catering. Email them at itsarodeo@gmail.com. Best known for their Eagles tailgates. Okay. 1st and 10 at the 24. And nothing there for Shoppy. And that was because of Adino Christensen, 6'4", 202 pounds junior.
We haven't said that very often. Nothing there.
Yeah.
I bet their average yard per carry's over 5. Wouldn't you think?
And the other thing is they don't turn the ball over.
Right.
And, you get this far behind, that's what you're hoping for. 2nd and 9, ball's at the 25. Back split behind Maxwell. There's a little movement inside, but nothing serious, I guess. And running room out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Zach Maxwell on the keeper, and he's ripping off some yards.
I'll be anxious when you do the stats to see, what the average carry was. I mean, they had a couple long runs. I wouldn't be surprised if it's close to 10 with the long runs. Although, they seem to pick up 6, 7, 8 yards at a clip.
First 2 touchdowns were 3 yards and 4. Then the last 3, 37, 37, and 42. So you're right. Average could be close to double figures. But a lot of good runs between them, too.
Yes.
And a whistle.
Yep. Somebody on the Ocean City side jumped across and jumped back and hope nobody saw it. But
rather penalty-free game. I don't think DELSEA has a penalty. And Ocean City has but 3 for 15 yards.
And 2 of them of the 5, I guess all 3 of them of the 5-yard variety. 2 offsides.
Right.
DELSEA has the block in the back on the return.
Well, that's right.
Kick
That's
return.
right. That's right. First and 5. Maxwell hands off to Maxwell, and he's nailed.
Well, that'll hurt the average. Nice low tackle for a loss over there by Roy Saluga.
He was the hero against Cedar Creek. Interception returned for a touchdown to seal that win. Loss of a yard here. It's 2nd and 6. Excuse me. Maxwell driving up the middle and inside the 45 to the 43-yard line on another keeper.
And another first down.
17 of them unofficially.
And they may get another play in here, but not likely unless they want to. They'd have to hurry up. Got about 15 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Well, considering they're bringing water out onto the field, I don't think they're going to try. So we played 3 quarters here at Carey Stadium, and DELSEA, highly ranked and undefeated DELSEA, leads Ocean City 35-6. We'll take time out for this message and be back with a fourth quarter.
The Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is the perfect place for you and your family to stay healthy and fit. From our 25-meter indoor swimming pool to our well-equipped cardio room, we've got you covered. Whether you're looking to lift weights or to get moving in one of our many Group X classes, the Aquatic and Fitness Center has it all. With everything from yoga to cycling, you're sure to find a workout that's fit for you. Come by and find out for yourself why the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has something for everyone in America's greatest family resort.
DELSEA trying to sweep the left side. Ball might have come loose, but it might have been after he was down.
Nope.
Ocean City's got it.
Hogue, I think.
Looks like Hogue. He had the ball. So we said they don't turn it over, and they turned it over. Ocean City will get the ball on their own 38, looks like.
Yep. Nice play by the defense, and Hogue comes up with the fumble recovery.
Raiders scored on a 55-yard pass just less than 2 minutes into this game from Riley Gunnels to John Moyer. And since then, it's been all DELSEA. They're going to try and reverse that here. Trips to the left, low snap. Gunnels fields it, fires too high, incomplete, down the right sidelines.
Yeah, double coverage over there on Lonergan. And as you said, just a little too high.
2nd and 10.
I think DELSEA's got some different players in that defensive secondary, a couple different guys. 5'8", 5'7".
Wide slot to the left. Slot to the right as well, and the wing back on the left side. Gunnels takes it straight up the middle. Kind of looked like a called play, and he takes it to the 39 for a gain of about a yard.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody missed a block or just what, but Ashton Blows, whose name we've mentioned a couple times, a 248-pound senior defensive tackle, makes that stop. I think it was a design run, Tom. I would agree with you.
3rd and 9.
So
Gunther checks in. He's going to be in the backfield.
DELSEA looking to their sideline to get coverage instructions.
5 receivers. Gunnels over the middle, incomplete. Almost picked off there by Adair. So it'll be 4th and 9. John Moyer will come on to punt.
A lot of 3 and outs. John Moyer's been a busy guy back there punting today. This game has really slowed down to a snail's pace here.
Dino Christensen has made some good plays for Ocean City. He intended to in the bench. Here's Moyer's punt. High, fair catch called. He barely does it, falling backwards at the 25-yard line. Dom Teddy.
Boy, if I had $1 for every time Steve Parker said something about loves guys who catch punts rather than letting them hit the ground.
Right.
And he loved the fact that Jack Hogue was catching all the punts. You don't give up that extra 10 yards on a bounce.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we have another timeout here. This one's by DELSEA. So the Crusaders on top here, 35-6 with 10:41 left. Trying to add to the score, get a running clock with the next touchdown. Winning teams know that the key to success is getting the job done right the first time. For over 100 years, Cal the Electric has applied that philosophy to their business to offer an unparalleled level of electrical expertise and service to every single customer. Now, you can bring Calvi's expertise into your home for your electrical problems or improvements, and they can install solar panels that will save you money. Make Cal the Electric a part of your winning team. 609-345-0151 or calvielectric.com. Maxwell takes a snap, keeps, rolls left. No, he gave it off. He gave it off to Shoppy, and he's out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Another first down.
Yeah, I would think that the coaching staff on the other side is, doesn't want this game to get sloppy. And last time they had the ball, they fumbled, didn't execute as well. And we got a lot of time left. Not that I think that the outcome is in doubt, but he certainly wants to see guys playing well here right to the end.
Keeper by Maxwell, trying to get sideline, couldn't. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. This is the 5th time Ocean City and DELSEA have played. DELSEA has won 3 of the first 4, and 3 of the 4 were in the playoffs. Last time Ocean City beat DELSEA was 1998, and DELSEA's won, as we said, 3 in a row since, the last time being 2017. So it's 2nd and 10.
Nice tackle on that last play, Tom. I think it was Carianis. One of these years we're going to get a spotter.
Maxwell had a big game, big reason for the success of this offense. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like they snapped it twice.
Yeah, I was looking at the defense there, and they started to move, and then they held back. So
they lost a yard on the play, whatever it was. 3rd and 11.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that a coach will point to when he thinks his players are starting to get a little complacent about how good they are. How about this 2 series in a row where you fumbled and you kind of lollygagged up to it, and
wonder if the kids would understand what he meant when he said lollygagged. 3rd and 11. Maxwell. He's hit right away, but he hands the ball off, and two guys were both tackled, but the guy that had the ball was Adair.
Yeah, initially Luke Maxwell took the handoff, and then he gave it to Adair.
Yeah, and they both were tackled at the spot where he handed it off to him. Yeah. And meanwhile, Zach Maxwell was going around the end. Some people thought he had the ball. Punting situation for DELSEA. Not sure we've said that. And way back at his own 31-yard line is Jack Hogue. And he moved up a little. There, we're letting that clock run.
Well, can't blame him.
No. Good snap, high. Decent rush. Gets the kick away. Caught by Hogue at the 30. And he's out to about the 38.
Tried a sideline return, penned in over there and pushed out of bounds. Raiders will get another opportunity here.
Steve Parker, you mentioned a big fan of Jack Hogue. Going to make a cross-country tour for about a month, starting at the end of this week, or the end of this month.
You know where he is right now?
He's in Long Island or someplace.
Well, Shinnecock, playing golf up there with former great Holy Spirit quarterback, Fred Dazzell.
Mm-hmm. Gunnels throws over the middle. A little bit behind Moyer. It looked like it bounced off Teddy and fell incomplete.
Yeah, been off just a touch between quarterback and receiver tonight. Balls that are, some of them catchable, some of them just off. They're just not quite as sharp. He's had a couple guys open.
2nd and 10. 5 receivers. Gunnels alone in the backfield. They're going to have 4 of them out to the left. Hogue gets it in the flat, avoids that first guy, and gets across the 40 to the 41.
Yeah, as you said before, you know, that's the key. Get by that first guy, but you know, at this point, you got to hope for a little bit more. At least it makes a 3rd down makeable.
3rd and about 7. Gunther will be to the right of Gunnels. Luke will be trips to the right.
DELSEA way back on defense.
Gunnels pump fakes and can't get away.
Yeah, that time they did bring a couple extra guys, knowing the pass was coming, and he was able to step back from the first guy that was in his face and just didn't see the other guy coming.
Joel Anderson was that other guy.
Yep, coming in from that blind side.
So they're back at the 31-yard line, and Moyer is on the punt. And there's nobody back for DELSEA. They may be suspicious.
Well, they don't care about a return because they're going to figure to get the ball, you know, at the 30, 35-yard line with 5.5, 6 minutes left. And
there's a good time for a 70-yard punt. Let's see what happens. But they're probably coming after him too. No, they don't. And they are, and he gets a high kickoff. And it rolls inside the 30. And almost all the way to the 25-yard line. So 50-some yards.
Yeah, and really they didn't come after it except with the 2 guys who normally come in, and they came in pretty aggressively. But Moyer gets a great kick away, and DELSEA's just happy to, you know, start on offense with 5.5 to go and a huge lead.
Yep.
Really not much else we can say that we haven't said already up to this point. It's going to be a disappointing loss for the Raiders. But, you know, DELSEA's a heck of a football team. And then they get a week off.
Receiver split to the left. Maxwell hands it off left side and driving out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Picks up about 7.
Couple.
2nd and 3.
A couple newer players in the game now on offense.
Maxwell remains. Backs are split. He hands it off. Alex Grippo with a carry. 5'9", 177-pound sophomore. He's short of the first. Well, I guess he got the first down. I thought he was just short. He just gets it.
Yep. Out
to the 36-yard line.
This is a point where I think you, no matter which team you are, you get some of these other kids in the game. I realize there's JV games and freshman games to be played, but you know, I don't want to get anybody hurt either here.
And shooting up through a hole on the right side, out across the 45-yard line to about the 46-yard line. That was Joel Anderson, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Joel Anderson gets a 20th first down of the game for DELSEA.
They list him as 197 pounds. 5'10" sophomore.
Ball's on the 48.
He looks an awful lot smaller than 197 pounds. But he found that hole.
Yeah. Off the left side, more running room. Down to about the Ocean City 45-yard line. This is a good time, by the way. You mentioned that through the years we've had refreshments here in the press box at Carey Stadium. People like Johnson's Popcorn and Shriver's, the saltwater taffy. But Voltacos has been a big part of it. They've got a tray up here for us tonight, and this will be the last time, at least it looks like it will be, under the same management, that Voltacos will supply us, because the next home game will be after they've closed permanently, as the announcement was made. And Joe and Vicky Tacarino and their parents and grandparents before them that ran Voltacos, it's a staple of Ocean City. And Bud found out tonight there's a lot of people that want to get Voltacos in the next couple of weeks before it closes, and we just want to thank them for all that they've done for Ocean City through the years.
You know, Tom, it's a tribute to them. I mean, it's always like, I tried to call there the other night. I started at 5:30 and just kept hitting redial like every 8 seconds, and got a busy signal for close to 30 minutes. And you know, I went there tonight and it was just packed with people.
So the idea is get there early.
Yeah.
if you're going to get your Voltacos, put it in a freezer or something to last a little bit longer. Hopefully there'll be a way that somebody will buy it and keep it alive, but it won't be quite the same without Joe and Vicky and Jeff running it. It's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. You got a little over an hour before it closes tonight. Tomorrow, 2 to 9, they're open. Sunday, 1 to 6. Open again next weekend. Remember to save your unused tickets. They'll be good next season. The summer continues through October the 9th at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com. A handoff off the right side. That was Jimmy Reardon, a 6-foot sophomore, took the snap.
First down. It's close, actually. Maybe they're going to measure or not.
No, it is a first down. Yeah, they haven't moved the chains, though.
I don't know.
A little confusion here. Frank Burbridge says, wait a minute, what do we got?
Well, he wants the clock stopped.
So it's 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, I thought he had initially signaled first down.
Reardon under center. Hands off. First down off the left side. And still driving down close to the 35-yard line. Less than 2 minutes. Ball's on the 36.
Yep, both teams playing out the string. This is a difficult time of the game to play defense. I mean, you know that the game's over. You got a minute and a half left, and you're still trying to get out there and do your job, but you just don't have the same mental.
There's some running room down the left side. They have a knack for coming out of the pile, does DELSEA.
It was Reardon, Tom.
He gets it inside the 30 to the 29, about 2 yards short of the first down. I guess the only players on defense at this stage of the game that are fired up are players that aren't normally on the field on defense.
Correct.
They want to show off and see if they can get more time. Reardon under center. Hands it off the right side. Driving through 3 or 4 tackles. Still on his feet. And finally, the whistles blow. Joel Anderson, 5'10" sophomore. With a sophomore like that and a junior like Zach Maxwell, things aren't going to be too bad for the and Wayne Adair's a junior. Things aren't going to be too bad for the running game at DELSEA next year.
Yeah, I think they're done. They're going to let the clock run out.
They are indeed. 10 seconds left, and DELSEA comes in, gives up a touchdown in the first 2 minutes, a 55-yard pass from Riley Gunnels to John Moyer, but then takes over the game and scores 35 unanswered points on the ground. 4 different players score, and DELSEA improves to 3-0. Ocean City drops to 2-2. The Raiders are idle next week. DELSEA, as we said before, will be at Kingsway next Friday. Ocean City returns 2 weeks from tomorrow when they go to Winslow for a Saturday night game. That's the way it's scheduled now anyway. You see the team shaking hands. It's an interesting image with the red and the white going in opposite directions here. Ocean City and DELSEA. Special thanks to Jeff Haynes for his hospitality here. Devin Scioli and his crew that run the Carey Stadium, and of course both coaches and the players on these 2 teams for all their cooperation. Final score: DELSEA 35, Ocean City 6. We'll see you in a couple of weeks from Winslow Township.